What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Toshi is pumping today. We're up a little 51, 52%, excuse me, up today, the 17th of September. 3 hours, 18 minutes left in the day. I don't know necessarily why the pump is happening, but perhaps this is why. Right, Toshi Mart, new updates on Toshi Mart, new bonding curve. We have rolled out a fresh curve with a 13x price jump on both ETH and Toshi bonding curves. The graduation criteria remain the same, but token distribution is now optimized for a much fairer and stronger outcome. Two, and I think this is a big one, X Live feature. Builders can now go live on X and link their stream directly to a token. This creates a new way to launch, engage, and build energy around the project in real time. Yeah, the flywheel definitely did get stronger. That's a hot thing these days, right? That's what people are doing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Bit hum, bit thumb, bit by thumb. I don't know how to. Is it bit hum? I don't know. Notice addition of Toshi market. Cool. That's awesome. I don't think that's why you're pumping though. I would think that this might have something to do with it. But looking at this on a daily time frame, you are absolutely spectacular. Absolutely, you guys. I mean, do you see what this is, right? Do you notice what this is? This is a massive consolidation phase here since May, right? We've been consolidating right here. I'm not drawing it the best, not the straightest lines, but you can see, boom, that's a breakout candle with breakout volume, very suitable volume. I'm actually curious, what is the volume of Toshi right now? 660. Oh, that's a little bit extra, isn't that? That's a little bit extra. That's a bit much, but we've been seeing that happen. 100 number 140, 148. I remember we were talking about this and it was in like the top 300, top 400. It's crazy, how far you've come. It's awesome. It's really not that crazy. We've expected that you'd grow. I'm glad that there's a lot of people that are watching this channel who are invested in this thing, man. I'm happy to hear that a lot of you have taken the opportunity and bought this while it was at the lower prices, right? We didn't have this forever, and it's still, relatively speaking, it is at a low price still. But we talked about it when we were at the lows here, lows there, lows throughout here, the highs as well. You know, I first got into Toshi at this high here. But again, as I like to say in this crypto space, it doesn't matter if you buy the high. If you hold long enough, you'll feel pretty smart. You might feel dumb while it goes down, but if you hold long enough and if you allocate in, by the time it gets back up there, by the time it goes higher, you're gonna feel smart because inevitably this thing's got a lot of growth to go. I want to look at the 1 hour time frame. I want to zoom back out to the daily time frame. We are going to use the MEXC chart because there's more history, but let's look at the 1 hour time frame here, okay? You can see that there's an immense amount of volume at the low on this breakout. There's an immense amount of volume here at the high. So of course you're going to find some turbulence. Typically, if you get a lot of volume at the high, that means that that's, you know, a lot of transactions are taking place. And what kind of transactions are happening at the high if there's a lot of volume? Probably selling pressure. From a high to a low, you've already dropped 30%, which is pretty nice. Consolidating. Volume's dying off. Typically, when volume dies off, that means you're getting to a breaking point. Now, the question here is, and I would very much expect that you do break out to the upside, but the question is, when you break out to the upside, are you going to continue, or are you going to form some kind of double top and then come back down, right? What's going to happen here? I wouldn't be surprised if you had a little momentary double top and consolidated further in this area and then maybe broke out at a later date. I wouldn't be surprised. But hey, maybe this is the beginning of something more to come. Let's look at the indicators and see what we can derive from this aspect here. Okay, so looking at this on the RSI, first off, fantastic. It looks great. It really does. I don't have a problem with this. You have higher lows in the price, lower lows in the RSI. Hidden bullish divergence is what that is, and that means you're going higher. So exactly what I was thinking originally is that you're probably going to break out to the upside. Stochastics, no, they look bearish technically right here because you're coming down out of the overbought zone, but bouncing right here is nice. You're turned back up. They do look bullish here. I'm just going to say it. I think they look bullish here, right? The fact that you didn't get oversold, you're turning back up, that's actually a bullish thing. But you've had bullish things like this happen before and still rolled over. So don't get too excited on that. And the MACD, well, it's bullish. There's not really a whole lot to go off of with that. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, the volume's nice. This is the main reason why we're looking at it on Coinbase is because the volume's nice. I have it pulled up here because we're going to look at the all-time history in a second here. But 4 hour RSI looks great. Again, the idea here is that you could come up, maybe get a higher high, get a lower high in the 4 hour RSI, get some bearish divergence, and then you correct a little bit more, maybe back test prior areas for support. I know this sounds crazy. I know that we've never seen this before, but maybe, just maybe, we get some volatility with Toshi. Maybe it is a little bit volatile. It's a little squirrely. I know that doesn't happen. We've never seen that before, right? It just doesn't happen, but at a large scale, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we came back down and we found support at prior areas of resistance here, maybe prior areas of resistance here, maybe prior areas of resistance here as well. So anything from 00813 to 30813 to 3068 in that area. From a low to a high, assuming we don't get above this high. If we do, I'm assuming it's going to be a fake out, so I feel comfortable taking this fib. Wouldn't you be surprised to find that these resistance points that we just mapped out line up perfectly with the 0.5, the golden ratio, and the 786, all perfectly acceptable targets to find a higher low on? It's like I'm a genie or something, man. I don't know. There's some jokes to be made there. I'm not going to go for it, though. I was just going to say, you rub me the right way, you might get what you want. Anyways, here we are with the stochastics rejecting the overbought zone, finding support on the 0. I don't know, man. It looks good. It looks pretty damn good. A MACD, stochastics. I don't like the stochastics, but the MACD and the RSI look good. I would think you continue higher. The fact that you rejected is not good, but you're bouncing off the 50 here. You're probably going to continue to run higher and get that bearish divergence and then move down, right? So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you want to buy here, fine, do it. You know, again, back to that idea. If you buy the highs, you only feel dumb if it goes down for a moment. If you buy the highs and you just have a little conviction, you wait. If you can wait like a month or two, this thing's going to reward you, right? It's probably not even 2 months, probably like a month or less at this point. We're going to be at dramatically higher prices. But in a day or two, maybe even going into next week, we might be at lower prices than we are now. We might see a little bit of a drop, and that's okay. It's totally fine if we do that. But I would expect that we move up a little bit from here. I would expect that we get a little bit more there's a little bit more oomph left in this movement. The daily time frame here, and this is where I think actually it might be important to shift out to the MEXC chart here. We look at the daily time frame. The RSI overall is very bullish. The stochastics look bullish, so definitely implying that we're going to continue to grow. And the MACD looks like it wants to cross above the 0, also implying that we're going to continue to grow. I mean, this is just the beginning, man. I really do think that what we've done is broken out of this overall range. You don't stop a move as soon as you start it. Does that make sense, right? Like here, we broke out on these 2 days. The move was just getting started. We continued to rally. Here, this was the beginning of the move. It certainly was not the end of the move, right? You broke out of your consolidation phase. This was the beginning, not the end. So you've got a lot of growth to go. Let's look at the high to low. High to low, low. Finding resistance at the golden ratio. Yeah, you could come back down to 307. Do it. 3069. Maybe you find support at 308, somewhere in that range though, right? High to low. Whenever you do move up higher, and you will move up higher over the coming days and over the coming weeks, we're expecting anything from a 4.8x to an 11x move. That's anywhere from $0.0045 to 1 cent. Anything and everything in that range. I'm thinking we're going to go to 0.0069 to 0.007, 007, 0069, one of those two. That's where I think we're going to go, which is just above this 1414. Typically with the 1414, whenever you go there, you don't stop right at it. Typically, you actually wick above it, and then you come back down, find support at the 1272, continue to rally, or you come back down here, and then you move up, right? Back testing prior resistance for support, blah, blah, blah. You continue to rally. Inevitably, by the way, we don't talk about this enough, but Toshi, it's not going to be done moving up at this 0069, 007 level. Even if we go all the way up to a cent, that's not the end goal, right? By the end of this cycle, this thing should be seeing fantastically higher prices, okay? You will see 10 cents by the end of the cycle. You will see more than that by the end of the cycle. By the way, a 10-cent price from here puts you at over a 100x gain. So you've got a lot of growth to go by the end of the cycle. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we were at a 12-cent price or higher by the end of the cycle. Okay, this thing's got a lot of growth to go. $387 million market cap. A 100x will put you at $38 billion, which is a lot. But we've seen meme coins do a lot in a very short amount of time before. Shiba Inu in its first bull cycle hit a $50 billion market cap. I think Toshi can outdo that. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, whatever. If we do like half that, okay. Half of that would be still very impressive growth from the current market cap. It might not be 100x, but it'd still be like an 80x or something like that. I don't know. I'm not doing the math on it. But hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. And, yeah, if you want to buy here, don't let me stop you. I just think, maybe it continues to rally at a very unprecedented rate. But I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down to like 308 or even a little bit lower than that. Just a thought there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.